Do you want to speak your target language fast and like a native? Whoa, that might have been a little bit too fast. If you want to speak your target language fast and like a native, then this is the perfect video for you. I will be focusing on English, but if you aren't learning English, these tips will still work. Before we start, please subscribe to help my channel out. Before we start, I wanted to let you know that by fast, I mean the normal pace for that language. Each language and accent has a different speed, so keep that in mind. And the tips and tricks that I will be showing you are the ones that I used when I was trying to sound like a native in Spanish and French. And before you even try to sound like a native, you should know the basics for that language, which is exactly what I'm trying to do with Italian. Now let's start. To be able to speak like a native, I want you to think of that language as a song. To be more specific, even each accent is a different song. Because for example, American, British, or even Irish English have a different flow, speed, or slang. So if you want to speak like a native, you need to choose which native first. In my case, I speak American English. As you can see, I live in Miami. So by thinking of each language as a different song, you'll stop singing or speaking each language the same way. So what are the different things you need to find or analyze in your song? Well, you need to find the pronunciation, the flow, the speed, the slang, and idioms. Once you get the right pronunciation, you will automatically sound more like a native. This might be super easy, but a lot of people that are learning English, they use the pronunciation of their native language. So before you do anything, get the right pronunciation. The flow and the speed of a language kind of go together. So you need to understand the flow and how fast natives speak. For example, in Argentina, people talk very fast. So when I wanted to speak more like a native in Argentinian, I talked a little bit faster. But whenever I talk to someone who is also a native speaker but isn't from Argentina, they say I talk too fast. When in Argentina, it's normal. You also need to figure out what they do to be able to get that flow and speed. For example, in America, we connect words so it flows in a certain way. For example, instead of saying good day, we say good day. Or don't you, we say don't ya. Or I am. And this really affects the flow and speed. Something else you need to figure out when you're learning about the flow and speed is their emotion. I love to use French as an example. I realized that native French speakers, their emotion is usually like a je sais pas, je crois pas, it's like they don't know for sure. So once I started speaking with this emotion, I realized I was sounding a lot more like a native. And lastly, and the most important part of trying to speak like a native, is using their slang, common phrases, and idioms. Most likely, if you are learning English at an academy, most of the things that they're teaching you, we don't use. So even though you could have the perfect pronunciation, flow, speed, but if you use words that we don't use, we will automatically know that you're learning English. So why not speak like a native? For example, legit, buck, or cheesy are all slang that maybe they don't use in Australia or Britain. I made a video on American slang and I recommend you to check it out. But not only slang, you should also learn their common phrases like cray cray, break a leg, or even piece of cake. I also wanted to let you know that to successfully analyze your song or language, you should use multiple resources like books, YouTube videos, TV shows, movies, or even actual songs. That is it for this video, and I assure you that if you follow these steps, you will sound like a native. And as you can tell, I did not go in depth in nor English, Spanish, or French. But if you want me to make a video specific for those languages, let me know in the comments. And before I end this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps me out and YouTube will promote this video a lot more. Bye!